Did I just buy a mini supercomputer to edit my fishing videos? Let's find out. Now, I know this isn't fishing related outside of editing my fishing videos. I am going to give you a story before I unbox this computer. And this has to do with me not taking my own advice. Now, as a very few of you know, I have given advice to some other YouTubers that have gone crazy with their channels. And this is a story about one of them that actually leads to this computer. Now, a long time ago, Joe with Chat Cats Fishing showed me a YouTube channel that had like 300 subscribers, and it had a video of them catching a flathead that had over 30,000 views on it. At that time, I had 300 to 400 subscribers myself. I did not have a video with 30,000 views on it. So I thought, man, this guy has potential. Now I contacted him and we went fishing. Now we got off to a really, really bad start. He slipped and fell on the boat ramp when he was launching his kayak. He got wet, lost some of his bait in the water. It was a bad time. Not only that, while on the water, I almost flipped my kayak like twice. Now, just as a quick comment, I think he was partly fishing with me because he wanted to see me flip my kayak. I had an 8-foot kayak, really too small for a big guy like me. He had a big Hobie, so, not really any chance of flipping that boat of a kayak. Now, while we were fishing with our kayaks, some thunderstorms started showing up, which pushed us off the water, and we started talking under the awning where there was like a picnic table. And I don't know if he was lying or if he was telling the truth, but he told me that he knew absolutely nothing about YouTube and didn't understand it. So I started explaining to him. I explained to him, how you get more views, how you get more people to watch your videos. You need to upload one video a week. And he wasn't really interested in it. He was like, I don't care about people. I really don't want people following me. It's really weird. Stuff like that. But then when I told him that you can actually make money on YouTube, he perked up. I was like, what? Really? You can make money? Okay, I'll give it a try. I told him, you need to do one video a week. And he's like, well, I can't do one video a week because I can't catch a big fish once a week like that. And I'm like, you got to film everything. If you catch small fish, you post it. And he didn't believe me at first, but later on online, talking to him like over Facebook, like Facebook Messenger, he warmed up to the idea. He started posting smaller fish and saw that he was getting more and more views. In fact, he posted a video of catching bluegill, and I think at that time, it became like a semi-viral video, one of his first videos to get a ton of views, and all he was doing was catching bluegill. So he caught on pretty quick that he needs to, one, be, family friendly, politically correct for the most part, and two, he needs to upload a lot of videos. Now, he did have a cheat code, which is one reason why he passed me up like nothing. We were leapfrogging each other as we were growing, but his channel just went absolutely crazy. And it was because he had half a year off to fish. So he would go in the morning, go fishing, make that a video. Go fishing in the evening, make that a video. Do that 5 to 7 times a week and schedule out as far as possible. I think he was as far out as 8 months worth of videos. He had people complaining on his YouTube channel that, it's winter time, why are the trees green? It's because he scheduled out. One thing about YouTube is just content. And he, because of his job, he was able to fish 7 days a week, literally make 2 videos a day, and then schedule those out, forever. Now, we did kind of go downhill over time, and there were some incidents that happened that I'm not going to talk about. But One of the things I talked to him about is editing videos. And I gave him the ideas like you can get a Mac Mini and put for free iMovie on it, which is an Apple product that comes with every single, Apple computer. He got his for like $300 and he may still be editing on that Mac Mini to this very day. So he took my advice. Me, over the years, I have not taken my advice. I will be honest with you guys. I've had MacBooks that have been as expensive as $3,000 to edit videos on my channel. Yes, I've probably spent a little bit too much money on, trying to make videos. And that's where this video comes in. Now, okay, I said I would say who this is. It's Kayak Catfish. I'm sure some of you already guessed it because it's a kayaker, a YouTuber, a local that's fishing for catfish. Kayak Catfish. You would probably never see me and him ever collaborate. I'm kind of open to it still, but he's 100% shut down. And I'm not, if you ever book a trip with me or see me in person, you can ask and I will tell you exactly what happened. But I'm not going to put it on YouTube just because it's in the past. I'm going to leave it in the past. I'm forward thinking. And let's unbox what I bought. A Mac Mini. If the big camera would focus on it, this is the brand new, as of 2 days ago, M4 Mac Mini. Now, what is so special about this absolutely tiny, tiny, tiny box? This right here, brand new, only cost me $500. The laptop that I've been editing videos on for the past year and a half, that cost me $1,700. And this $500 computer, Mac Mini, Apple product, Macintosh, whatever you want to call it, is faster and better than what I'm using right now. And look how small that is. Absolutely tiny. And this is getting fingerprints on it already, which is to be expected. It's kind of funny, all the reviewers all agree that the one problem this has is the power button is on the bottom. It takes so little power to power this thing. I think I will just leave it on all the time so I don't have to worry about turning it off or on by the little bitty power button on the bottom. But yeah, Apple calls this the M4 chip. And it's got graphics and processor in the one chip. And it's basically taking a cell phone processor and putting it into a computer. And Apple has been just knocking it out of the park. These cell phone processors are better than most Intel processors, unless you buy the really, really expensive ones. Now, I'm not going to show myself setting this up because I don't know when I'm going to get to it. I do need to edit this video, and I haven't decided if I'm going to edit this video on here or on my laptop, which is ready right now to edit videos. I need to get this out as quickly as possible because, well, tomorrow for me is Saturday, so I want this to come out on Sunday. So technically, this came out today. It was released today. It was pre-released earlier, obviously, but it was released today. Today's Friday. And then I got Saturday, and then I got Sunday, and I want to get a Sunday video. Just to give you the timeline of, when this is, what I'm trying to do here to get it out. And they do this with all their laptops, have this weird wrap or whatever. And it's got a, small plug on the back for the power. So it's not powered through USB, it's powered through an actual like power plug. I don't know exactly what that's called. I think that's it. What is this? Oh, the paperwork. This probably has a little Apple sticker I could put on my car. I think, or truck, obviously. And probably won't do that. Is there a sticker in here? I don't know. I'll look at it later. But yeah, that's it. Now, I'm not done with this video. I just wanted to give you guys a bonus of the cameras that I use as well. Because they kind of have, it's the reason why I'm doing this is my new camera. That one right there is kind of the reason why I'm doing this. My $1,700 computer does bog down when I'm trying to edit the videos of my new mirrorless camera. Now, I'm not going to say what that camera is. It's just an experiment at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. I have been through a bunch of different mirrorless cameras just to see if I could find one that I like and that I want to keep. And this one is really in the area of I probably want to keep it. But I haven't fully decided yet. It is a Sony, and this is connected through, it's a little bit of technobabble or whatever, but this mic is connected to the transceiver or the receiver, and the receiver is directly connected to the hot shoe. There's no wires or anything. There's an adapter that allows you to connect it to the hot shoe. And I think it's being really good with the audio. Now, I can also Bluetooth connect this to my DJI camera. But as you saw in one of my videos from, I don't know, a month ago or whatever, I was having trouble. It cut off the audio on an entire video. I actually worked with a DJI technician for like a month trying to help them replicate what happened, and we could not replicate it at all. I've done 2 more videos since then with the mic connected to this, and it hasn't dropped out yet. However, there has been like crackling. It's like lost connection or some kind of weird crackling every now and then, which cuts me off from talking. So I think I'm going to go with what you're seeing right here. This is the DJI Action 4. And I just have your, normal mic, except for this is a digital mic. A lot of mics have the little prongs or whatever, and this one does have that. But this little mic, the Comica something, I don't know what it is. I write it on the screen exactly what it is. It can go by USB-C into the Action 4. And I had the Action 4's like connector that allowed that other wire. This digital connection sounds 10 times better than having that analog wire. I think it is considered analog, right? Yeah, it even has a switch, analog and digital. And it's on digital right now. It picks up, my voice pretty good. If I turn away and I'm at the back of the boat, you can have trouble hearing me. However, with a mic like this, you'll be able to hear the birds, the eagles, the lawnmowers. This mic pretty much cuts everything out almost. This mic picks up everything that's in front of it. So if there's some birds chirping, you get to hear them. I think that's a good thing. I think I'm going to stay with this setup. Now, I did bring this camera because this was my first camera for YouTube videos. This is the Sony, I've already forgot what it's called. It's old. It's old. HDR AS15 or AS50? AS50? Something like that. I can't even remember the name of it, but, my first few years of videos were on this camera. And I suggested this camera to Catfish Dave, and he used this for the majority of his videos. In fact, if he melted this in the sun or dropped it in the water or messed it up, he would go as far as going to eBay to buy another one, because this was literally the best action camera there ever has been for a long time. The video quality wasn't that great, but the audio on this thing was phenomenal. It would pick up audio easily. And that was the reason why I suggested it to him. That's the reason why I used it for a long time. Now, I did convert to the next best thing when GoPro had their stuff together or whatever. The GoPro Hero 8 was the best GoPro they had ever made. The best camera GoPro had ever made. And that's not really saying much, because even with it being their best camera, it still had issues where it would crash and other things. It didn't overheat, amazingly enough, but it did have issues of crashing or even like messing up the videos on the SD card to where I can't do anything with it. However, there is a reason why that's the best, and I'm going to do some technobabble here on, why it's the best and why I got this, and I'm going to stick to this one even though DJI has come out with a newer camera. Now, the technobabble is megapixels. Now, I could be wrong with this. If I am, let me know. It's my understanding as megapixels go up, like, this and maybe this and the GoPro Hero 8 were like 12 megapixels, 11 or 12 megapixels, right? And as time has gone on, GoPro did it first. They started going up to 20 megapixels, 30 megapixels. They've been climbing that megapixel, ladder. Now, more megapixels is good for a picture camera, while less megapixels are good for video cameras. That is why, like a Sony FX6, it's only 12 megapixels. As you also go higher up on those megapixels, it takes more processing power. When you have more processing power, you have more heat. And when you have something as compact as this, it can't handle it. And that's what's happening. The new DJI is having issues with more megapixels, and it's more than just that. On a video, I've noticed, like especially on the GoPros, they were really bad at it. I've noticed the newer DJI is starting to have the problem where if you're in the evening, you get massive ghosting. The ghosting is where you have like a halo around you, and it looks like it's foggy everywhere when it's not, when it should be a crystal clear video. This is pretty much crystal clear. I mean, it's not perfect, and as it gets darker, you can see the grain, but it's not as bad as a GoPro Hero 9, 10, or 11. I mean, they all do that. And the newer GoPro, you can see it a little bit, especially, I've been looking at people's, review videos. They're like, this is the best GoPro, this is the best DJI ever. And then you see just a little bit of it going on, and I'm like, you use manual settings to make it look better, but you still have the ghosting. You still have the really, the problem with having more megapixels in your camera. Now, I have used my phone before, as a camera. On some of my podcasts, I was using my phone before I tried a couple of different, cameras like that one, the mirrorless. And, the phone still kind of looks like a phone, but if you have an app and use manual settings, you can kind of make it look a little bit better. But I think I like this camera better than using my phone. And if you're interested in YouTube, you can start with your phone, but you have to remember this is a multi-tool thing. So if you got it up there and suddenly you have a nice fish, you've got a big fish, and you pull it out of the water, you got a phone call that just interrupted the video possibly. You hear it ringing while you're pulling the fish out of the water, or you put it into silent mode or to airplane mode, and then you miss an important call. That is why, you can start out with a cell phone, but you need to go to one of these quickly. And this $300 camera, $500 computer. You do need a monitor, and you do need a keyboard and a mouse. And that will run you probably less than $200. So $700, you have a whole system to edit videos with. And then for $300, you have, an action camera. This was only like $30 for this microphone, and $30 for the cage to allow me to put the microphone on it. And there you go. You're off to the races. Yeah, I know. $1,000 to start off on YouTube. Well, you know, and it does take time. It takes a long time to get monetized on YouTube to get some of the money back. Obviously, I am monetized. I am getting the money back. I get to play a little bit more than someone who has, 100 subscribers. And that's why it's always great to try to support the smaller YouTubers because, a smaller YouTuber just put $1,000 down on everything. They're probably not going to get that money back for 3 years or more. And that's anybody under like 1,000 or pretty much actually by right now it's probably anyone under 2,500 subscribers. If you have 2,000 subscribers, it also depends on the views. I mean, Top Knox Fishing broke, he broke everything. He was getting, the views of like Catfish Dave, the views of Kayak Catfish when he only had like 3,000 subscribers or something. If you are really good at talking to a camera, which I'm going to say that I'm not that great talking to a camera. That's why I'm not at 100,000 subscribers. That's why I'm not getting like 1 million views a month. These guys are good at talking to a camera, and if you're good at talking to a camera, give it a try. Give YouTube a try, and don't forget about the little guy like me when you pass me up. Now, I'm going to decide whether I'm going to hook this up or not tonight, and yeah, I think it's a good investment. I can sell my expensive laptop to cover this cost. And I'm going to probably do that to, cover this cost. So I don't really have a loss outside of the loss on the laptop itself because I paid a lot of money for it. But this should, work pretty good for me, I hope. If not, I might do a video and tell you why it didn't work for me, if you guys want me to. So hit that thumbs up if you want me to do a follow-up video if this does not work out. Leave a comment below as well. And even if you don't want me to, you can still hit the thumbs up just to tell YouTube that these unboxings are worth watching. It's all up to you. Help me if you want to. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day. Now, as always, I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to actually watch this video. I really, really appreciate it. And I will let you know this. I do have more fishing videos in the future along with unboxings. So my unboxing videos are not over with yet. Although I may just have one more. But you never know. I might end up unboxing more stuff. It's all up to you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.